UK is about to roll out 300,000 opportunities for young people through apprenticeships. And I'm here to tell you something. Opportunities really mean nothing unless you understand how best to position yourself for them or to position your children for them. And I know a lot of migrants will overlook this thinking, oh, I'm not young anymore. But if you're a parent, if you brought dependents to the country, and even if you're whatever age, this is something to look out for, even as a migrant, because apprenticeships, there's a catch about apprenticeships. This is why I thought it would be very important for me to sit down and have this video so that I can share insights into these opportunities such as apprenticeships, because I've been privileged enough to work for the NHS where I've seen a system that works, where I've seen fellow migrants transition into opportunities through apprenticeships. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get right into this video. A big welcome to my YouTube channel, a platform where we talk about life in the diaspora, life abroad. We talk about opportunities, we talk about struggles, we talk about even our small wins as migrants abroad. We talk about it all here. So let's get right into this video. Why so much interest into apprenticeship would be probably one of the questions that you're asking yourselves. I've had the privilege to go into apprenticeships when I was still back home, back in Zimbabwe. I did an apprenticeship in engineering, and I've shared a few videos about it, about the whole process, the differences, and the opportunities that it opened for me. So I'll speak first on the advantages before I then speak on this opportunity that they are about to roll out. So when I compare opportunities for going to uni, and apprenticeships are an opportunity for you to learn and earn at the same time. So what this means is, instead of you paying tuition, instead of you forking out thousands into training, into a career that you're not even sure whether or not it will give you what you are looking for, going into an apprenticeship is an alternative whereby you're earning, you're getting paid at the same time you're learning. Again, the other advantage when someone goes into apprenticeship is the hands-on experience, because this is like on-the-job training. You're getting most of your training. Of course, you will have the theory part depending on the course that you're doing. For some apprenticeships, you even need to go into some institutions for some time. But with other apprenticeships, most of your study time will be either on the job or online, just depending with the course that you're doing and also the requirements within the organization. So as a migrant, part and parcel of the things that you'd want really to work in your favor are your finances. You have to be wise about your finances. You have to be wise when it comes to where you put your finances to. I've had the privilege to speak to people who have gone into unis or who have sent their children into universities, the amount of money that they have paid. And I've shared a video where I spoke about a visit that I did to one of the universities, where I found out that in as much as you would have acquired 3 years in the country, that doesn't make you eligible for home fees. For most people, you do not necessarily earn the eligibility to study in a tertiary institution whilst paying the home fees. So what that means is you're looking at paying international fees, whether for yourself or for your child, and this ranges from 15,000 upwards, excluding travel, excluding accommodation and things like that. And obviously, if you're studying a full-time course, the amount of hours that you have to work are limited. So an apprenticeship is a good and great way of transitioning into careers, into a stable career, and be paid at the same time. And guys, here is where the catch is with this announcement, that they are wanting to train at least about 55,000 young people through apprenticeships, and this will open up 300,000 job opportunities, or this would be able to fill up at least about 300,000 job opportunities in so many different industries, from manufacturing to retail to hospitality, you name it. Other industries are already ahead. They are already rolling out all of these opportunities to young people, these opportunities to their employees. How this would work, I'll share with you just briefly. Would be, you have to be working for an organization, or you will have to be with an organization that is offering apprenticeships, because I've had that question asked by a friend to say, well, what is it that I need to do for me to be able to do an apprenticeship? And this was what we were about, talking about the care worker visa and how we cannot go and study full-time course in university. If you are someone who is like that, who'd given up hope of studying, of progressing, here is an opportunity. And I always say, in as much as they may talk about migrants limiting the benefits that people can access, there are other things really that they cannot entirely exclude migrants from. The way the industry is the way the policies are, is the way things work together with labor unions and stuff like that. I'll not get into much of that detail. So apprenticeship is one other example where if one is an employee of an organization that is offering apprenticeship, they cannot say, we cannot offer you an apprenticeship because you're a migrant. No. So you stand an equal opportunity. The same opportunity that is being given to a local will be given to you. For as long as you're legally in the country, for as long as you've got the right to work, these are some of the opportunities that you should be looking into. And if you're one of those people, I always love to talk about these things and really give a special mention to dependents. If you are one of those people and you're thinking, what is it that I need to do, or which career should I transition you? There are so many industries at the moment that are offering that hands-on, on-the-job training, those apprenticeships. So many of these industries really do offer great courses. And one of the things that is great about apprenticeship is the fact that once you gain that hands-on experience, you can use it anywhere. You become so highly skilled that your skills will be on demand in different countries. I'll always mention this to say, so many of my friends and colleagues who have relocated to Australia as tradespeople are people that went through an apprenticeship system. So the same will apply to you. You go through an apprenticeship system in this country and you decide, no, I don't want to stay, or it's not within your interest to stay in the country. You can always move on to other countries, but the qualification that you'd have got, or the qualification that your child would have got if they are watching this video, will give them an edge over others. I've always been asked this question to say, what's in it for the industries? Where is the catch? So for businesses and the industries, different industries that do want to progress and do want to do well, they're looking for people that are willing to learn, willing to adapt, and willing to put in the work. So it's a case of just finding the balance between offering opportunities to young people, but at the same time maintaining flexibility in the way they do business. So if you're one of those people, then this is for you. And I know a lot of people would say, but I came through care work, or I came through hospitality. How do I fit into, or how then do I transition into these opportunities? You carry so much transferable skills. You carry so much experience. It could be experience in expertise, skills like communication, problem solving, leadership, you name it, flexibility and commitment. Those are skills that apply anywhere, regardless of the industry that you're venturing, or regardless of the apprenticeship course that you've taken. And I was listening to the Prime Minister speak yesterday, and one of the questions that was asked by one young person was, does that mean that with all this funding, what's the catch for young people, and is there an age cap or a limit to the apprenticeships that are being given? And also another interesting question that they asked was on the advantages of. Many would ask, so what is it that I need to do, or how best can I position myself in line for these apprenticeships? Obviously, as migrants, there are things really that work in your favor. If you've been in the country for 3 years, you then become eligible for an apprenticeship through the organization that you probably work for, or that you transition into working for. So for some people, they may be working in an industry or within a company that does not offer that. It's now part and parcel of the things that you have to do to look at what your organization is offering. You can even check with your HR to see if they do offer opportunities like that. And for dependents, if you're already working for a big organization, big warehouses, they do run these courses. It's a case of you reaching out to your HR, to your management, to find out what sort of opportunities are within that industry, and also doing your own research in industry like retail, construction, finance, project management. There is a lot of these apprenticeships that are going on at the minute. And one of the questions that I had one of the youngsters asking was, are these apprenticeships just in trades? Because they were at a McLaren function just yesterday when I was watching that interview. It's just not limited to trades. It's just not limited to manual work. There is actually apprenticeships in the corporate. So if you're interested in working in corporate, in finance, you name it, there are apprenticeships that will be offered in those specific areas. The other thing that you can do as well is to really update your CV, work on your CV, put in those skills that will give you an edge of others, because I assure you, I can promise you that this is going to be very competitive, but I believe you carry it in you. Everything that it takes for you to tackle this course, everything that it takes for you to really grab this opportunity you have if you're watching this video. And also, for those of you that are watching this video and they've got young children, start talking about apprenticeships as an alternative for them. Really, because a lot of people, a lot of migrants, I've been privileged to listen to their stories. I've been privileged to really have conversations with other migrant parents who have got kids that they brought to the country when they were still young, when they were still dependents, and now they are aged 18 and above. They become eligible for apprenticeships. They should look into doing these things. What it does is, with an apprenticeships, it transitions you from a low paid job to really highly skilled jobs, high skilled professions, which means even what we were talking about, or what's being topical at the moment about indefinite leave to remain and eligibility. There's so many criteria to it. It's either you earn a higher salary threshold or you are in a highly skilled profession. So these are some of the things that they can actually really venture to if they're 25 and below. Also, when I was talking and giving examples on apprenticeships, the Ministry of Defense is offering so many apprenticeships. It's worth looking into. It's worth really checking that out for youngsters mostly. It's a great industry to work in with so many opportunities. I've been privileged to hear from other defense families that have got people that are in the defense industry, and they'll tell you there is so many great opportunities there, strategic opportunities there, because I have come to learn that as a migrant living abroad, strategy is everything. Whether it's to do with career, it's to do with finance, your next move should be very strategic, should be future focused. And there's no better way of being future focused than picking a profession that will position you in a critical skill shortage list, than positioning yourself in a career that can give you options within the country that you're living and options elsewhere. There is nothing that is even more strategic than going into a course where you don't have to pay for it, but it's fully funded by the government. What else can you want in the country? So these are some of the opportunities that we have to be looking at. And guys, 2026 is going to be exciting with all these opportunities, with all this funding that's been injected into organization. It's going to be, keep your eyes out wherever you are, whatever industry you are in, whatever prospective industry you have been wanting and thinking about. You have to just keep your eyes and ears open. The other thing as well that you can do as a way of preparing to get into this apprenticeship is to really identify some of your key strengths, some of the key skills that are quite transferable. A lot of people would say, I work in care. What skills can I have that will make me transition into things like project management, things like into hospitality or construction? There is a lot. Communication, problem solving, leadership, those skills are key. And one of the examples, also one of the industries that they are going to be offering apprenticeships in is AI. Artificial intelligence is here and is here to stay. And obviously gaining skills in AI is going to be a game changer going forward. So it's one of the apprenticeships that if your child is tech savvy or you yourself are a young adult under 25, then look out for this one, because they're going to be rolling out apprenticeship in that industry. So if it's within your interest to learn AI, to be in the AI industry, then this one is for you. So here is something that I want to leave you with. This announcement isn't just about policy, but it's about the direction that the UK is taking. It's about where in the future they're going to be. And from what I had, from what I see, I think the focus is on skills, apprenticeship, training young people. And if you're young and you're watching this video, now is the time for you to really be shaping the direction in which you want to take your life going forward. This is the time to seize opportunities where you can learn. I can never stop overemphasizing the fact that every opportunity that you get to learn, grab it with both hands, because I've been in spaces, I've been privileged enough to talk to people who have taken career progression, taken learning seriously, and where they are, you just can marvel. So these are some of the opportunities, these are some of the steps that they took. So not everyone is going to get the opportunity to go into university. Not everyone is going to afford opportunities to go into universities, but here is a game changer. Here is an opportunity for people to really shape their future. And these are opportunities that I believe we can literally grab with both hands as migrants. These are the spaces that we hope to guide our children into. These are the opportunities that we hope to have conversations around with our children to make sure that they appreciate where the world is going to, where the country is going to, and how to best position themselves. Sometimes positioning yourself is the one thing that you need. A lot of people do ask me, how did you get into the NHS? It's hard to get into the NHS. Positioning oneself rightly and shaping up those skills and coming up with a very impressive CV will get you far ahead. And another thing as well, when it comes to positioning oneself, I'll mention this before I end this video, is when you do not take for granted those short online courses, internal courses that the organization that you are with does offer. Get on them. They really give you an edge of others. They really give you an appreciation of how things work in the industry that you want to venture into. So never underestimate those 2 months short courses. Get on them and boost that CV. So guys, last but not least, guys, one thing that I will leave with you is do not let fear stop you. Do not let the industry that you are in or the situation that you are in currently stop you from really seizing the moment. Seize that opportunity with both hands. Transition into that career. Grab opportunities. Start applying. One of the things that I will tell you and assure you is not every application of yours will be successful, but eventually you will get there. I've been in those situations where I have applied for apprenticeships, but each time that it comes up, I will continue applying, and I know one day I will get in. So I just want to encourage you in this video. So if this is working to you and added value to you, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you subscribe already, thank you so much for being part of this amazing family. We do appreciate you. And do not forget to put your notification bell, because that's how you will not miss any of our videos that we share on this platform. And we are hoping to be expanding on these apprenticeships as and when we can, giving you insight so that we can start having this conversation with our children. I am a mom, and one of the things that I always have to talk to my children about is awareness to opportunities, awareness to how they can link what they are learning at school at the moment to careers out there. I always am inquiring about what they want to do when they grow up. So this is a conversation that we're going to carry forward and pursue beyond just this one video. So all the more reasons why you need to be on this platform. And we are also hoping to be having people on this platform, people who have done apprenticeships in this country, to share with us how it works. And if you're one such person who have gone through the system like that, or you understand the system, please do reach out to us. I'll put my contacts in the description on this video, and I'll also share the government website where you can read about these opportunities and the funding, 700+ million that they want to inject for apprenticeships. That is a huge investment, and that shows you how serious they are. You cannot be left out. There should be a seat for each and every one of us on that table. So guys, that's all I had for you in this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.